Okay, so I'm going to show you in this video how to add a new menu item onto your point of sale device. So towards the middle end of the video, I'm going to show you how to create a new canvas, a new report group, just in case you want to add an item that report group is currently not in your system. Like, let's say for example you only have beers and you want to add, and you don't have any wines in your system right now, and you want to add a new report group for wine and a new section for wine. I'll show you how to do that as well in this video. Okay, so first things first, we'll start off with just adding a new item to an already existing report group. So we'll go ahead and click on the little wrench and then click setup. You'll input your code. And then the top right here, you have selections, a few selections here. You'll go ahead and click menu items, and it will bring up the menu items on your point of sale device. Now you have two options. You can either search for an already existing menu item up here that is similar to the one that you're going to be adding. So for example, you want to add a new domestic beer and you already have a domestic beer in your system called Bud Light, right? So we'll go ahead and search for Bud Light, and it's right there. Or another way you can search for it is over here on the right hand side. You just click this little drop down and you'll look for your domestic beer group, which is right here. You'll go ahead and select one and then just click add. Now, selecting an already existing item and clicking add, it basically copies all of its properties, and you just need to change the name and the price as well as the count down here. So we're adding a domestic beer. We'll call it new beer just for now. And then right now it's $4. We'll say the new beer costs $4.25. And then the 63 count was for the Bud Light, but I only have 24 new beers. Right? Go ahead and click save. And that's basically it. Adding a new one to your actual system. Now, if you click save and you close and you go back, it's not the new beer's not there, right? So the reason why is because you need to go ahead and add the button onto the canvas, right? So in order to do that, you'll go ahead and click right here where it says canvas, and you'll look for the section that you want to add that new item for, which is over here, domestic beer. And we'll say that this isn't there, right? So it's blank. There's nothing here. The new beer item's not there yet, so you have to add it. So best practice is to copy and paste a menu item slash button that's already there. So for example, Love Street, we can just go ahead and click copy, paste, and just move it where we want it. And we can search up here for the new beer. Or we could have also just selected the drop down here and gone about it the long way as well. But yeah, it's best to search. Go ahead and just click save. And now when you go front of house, it's there and you can ring it up. Perfect. Okay, so that's how you add a new item. Now, in order to add a whole new section with new items that aren't on the system yet, that's a different story. So for example, you would first need to add a report group, right? So if you go to reports groups, here are all your existing report groups, right? So let's say you wanted to add wine bottles. Right now, the system only has wine by the glass. I see you do have a report. There is a report group here for wine. We could add another one. We could change this to wine GLS, which is wine by the glass, and then we can create a new one that says wine BTL, which is wine by the bottle. Or you can just leave it as wine. It's completely up to you. It's gonna separate by item anyway on the report, so it just depends on how you want it to report. So right now we'll just leave it at wine for now. We'll just leave it alone. We won't create a new report group. But if you wanted to, you would just select an empty space and then just put uh, wine bottle, and then just ensure that the super group is under wine, right? But I'm not gonna do that, so we can go ahead and just change that back, save, close. Okay. So you would ensure that there's a report group, then you would create a new canvas. So you go to menu and you would go to canvases. Now you would go down here to one that is empty. So 34 is empty, so we can go ahead and name it wine bottle, for example. Or wine bottles. Or wine bottles. Better like that, wine bottles. And then just click save. And then click close. Now now that you have a canvas, now you're going to go ahead and add your new items. So you go ahead and click menu items. And since you don't have any wine bottles right now, but there is wine in the system, you can go ahead and just search for an already existing wine and then just click add. And you can go ahead and do, like, for example, a rosé BTL. And you can put a price set to 110, for example, and then you can just confirm that the wine taxes are set, the report group wine is set, and if you this is you can also put the count here as well. So you would put, like, let's say you have like 10 rosé bottles, and I do know that you're gonna have a bunch of different rosés, a bunch of different chardonnays, a bunch of different reds. Like, you can program your system however you want it. Right now I'm just showing you the basics, right? So, like, let's say, for example, you wanted a canvas for the chardonnays, you wanted a canvas for the merlots, you wanted a canvas for um, the whites, and the rosés. Like, you would create a canvas for each one. Again, it's completely how you want to design it. Or you could simply just do what I'm doing right now and just create a canvas called wine bottles and then just put your bottles there, right? So it's completely how you want to design it, organize it. That's one reason why I really like Focus. It's very user friendly when it comes to designing it. You can design it how you want it. So yeah, okay, so you'll go ahead and put your count, and then on the right hand side here, just ensure that countdown is selected so that it starts counting down as you sell the bottles. Go ahead and click save. So now we went ahead and added the rosé bottle on there. So if we go ahead and click close, you can go ahead and click canvas, and you can look for the new canvas that you created, which is called wine bottles over here. And I was doing tests earlier, so there might be one already there. Yeah, the Chardonnay bottle's already there, but let's just pretend that wasn't there and it was blank, right? If you go up to a if you select, hold on, let me see here, a canvas that already has buttons on there, you can literally just select all the buttons, copy, and then go back to your wine bottles and then just click paste and move the items where you want it, move the buttons where you want it, and then just click save. Now you're probably thinking, okay, well, I don't need all these items on here because, I mean, wine bottles, right? You can just go ahead and click on the first button and then just look for the new one that you created, which was the rosé bottle. And then we also did the Chardonnay bottle when I was practicing. So I'll just go ahead and when I was testing. So go ahead and just CHA. Here it is, Chardonnay bottle, and then the rest you could just delete them or you can leave them there. It's obviously you're probably gonna want to delete them, so just delete the ones that you obviously don't change, and then just click save. And that's basically it. So if you go to front of house, you'll notice that that canvas still isn't there. It should be right here and it's not. Well, the reason for that is because you still need to activate it. A lot of people skip this step, but it's the most important step. Just go ahead and click, quit and go back into your setup. In order to activate a canvas, you already created the menu item, you already created the canvas. In order to actually activate the canvas, you're going to go to locations. You're going to select the location that you're working on. So right now, the one that you guys have installed is downstairs. So we'll go ahead and click downstairs, click menus, and we'll search for the wine bottles that we just created. The left hand side are all the canvases that you have created. On the right hand side is the canvases that are included in the location that you have selected. So we can go ahead and click wine bottles here and then select none, which is one that's empty. Just click replace and save. So now if we go back to front of house, our wine bottles that we created are now here, and as you see, the rosé here has a count already as well. So, and our Chardonnay doesn't, and you can even fix that here front of house by just clicking item edit. You can grab Chardonnay, put a count of 15, for example, and that's basically it. And that's it. Yep. So let me know if you have any questions. So one of the things actually that is gonna be beneficial after I just showed you the locations setting is just to let you know the downstairs right here. This is obviously your downstairs location with all your beers. Upstairs would be your wine upstairs. I'm assuming you don't want the beers to show up on your upstairs menu. So that's how you do that. You would create canvases and you would assign them to your upstairs location right here. So if you go to downstairs, you see all this menus here. But if you go to upstairs, they're blank because there's no menu created for the upstairs location yet. So yeah, you would just if you're creating menu items for your upstairs location and your canvases for your upstairs location, then you would just assign it here. So let's say for example that wine bottle canvas that we just created, you wanted it to show up on your upstairs and not your downstairs. You would select wine bottles, you would click replace, and then you would go to downstairs and you would just select the wine bottles and then just put clear selected, for example. And it wouldn't be on your POS downstairs anymore, but when you power up the one upstairs, it should be there. So, yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.